Good morning. I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me this morning is Paige Gourdier. Did I say that right?
You did, yes.
And I'm sorry, I always forget. Dr. Paige Gourdier. In education, we pay attention to titles, and it's very important, so I should do that. Paige, thank you for joining me. For our viewers at home, Dr. Gourdier is relatively new to the college, started this summer.
Yes.
Came to Alpena, but is very familiar with Northern Michigan. So, Paige, I wanted to give you an opportunity to just kind of introduce yourself to our audience.
All right, well, thank you. Yeah, like Jay said, I've been in Northern Michigan for a long time. I'm actually originally Canadian. I have a degree from Lake Superior State up at the Canadian border. Mm-hmm. And then I went to graduate school in Texas, so that was an interesting experience. I was recruited back after a couple other jobs to Lake State, where I spent almost 30 years there, and I was the head of the criminal justice program, faculty member, a dean. It was really a fun experience. But I was looking for kind of a change and something different. Thought a little bit about retiring, but then this opportunity showed up at ACC. And it was just amazing because it's about the same size school I'm used to, mm-hmm. same type of students, a lot of first time in college, mm-hmm. And very career oriented. So this was a great fit. So I've been here since July now. Mm-hmm. And I think the best thing I've seen so far about ACC is the commitment to the community. I did a brief hand pull when we had our orientation in the beginning because everybody kept telling me, oh, I'm from Alpena, and I think it had to be probably about 70% of the faculty and staff have some connection. Either they grew up in Alpena or they went to ACC and they've all come back. And mm-hmm. that's made it just an amazing experience to be here. So I'm really enjoying it after 5 months and kind of looking forward to our next projects and things that are going on.
Well, great. I very much enjoyed getting to know you, Paige, and I can see you running each day, being very attentive to all the needs of the college and the staff, and it's great to have you at the college. So, one of the things that is on your plate these days is a collaborative program that we have with the AMA ESD called the Northern Michigan Teacher Pipeline.
Yes.
Superintendent of the AMA ESD, and I'm losing his name right now. I'm sorry.
Justin,
I'm sorry, Justin, was on campus with a number of representatives yesterday talking about the program, and you were at the front table talking about ACC's part of that. Could you tell our viewers a little bit about that program?
Oh, absolutely. One of the great parts about my job is I get to work on kind of transfer agreements and come up with pathways for our students. So once they finish at ACC, they have different opportunities to go on and get bachelor's degrees, or obviously a lot of them go into direct employment because we have such amazing skill programs. But the newest one that you just mentioned is for teacher education. There's a big demand in our area and kind of this part of the state for more teachers, particularly at the elementary, I believe is where we're kind of starting to look at. Mm-hmm. And so what we've done is we worked with Central Michigan University and Northern Michigan University to come up with these pathways. So our students from Alpena and the area, they can start with us at ACC, and they'll spend their first 2 years taking classes from us. Mm-hmm. And once they finish those 2 years, they'll be set up with an advisor at either CMU or Northern Michigan University, and they can go 2 years here, and then they'll spend 2 years, maybe a little bit more, depending on student teaching.
Two-ish.
Two-ish, yeah, they kept saying that was funny yesterday. I hadn't heard two-ish before, but so it's basically a 2 + 2, depending on when their student teaching will take place, and they'll be able to complete their bachelor's degrees. And then I guess the goal for us in this community is to see them come back mm-hmm. and take the positions here. So they will get to come back to their communities, and they know the students, they know the area, and it's just a really good fit that way. So we have a lot of people really excited about that pipeline that we're setting up, and we're looking forward to do it for other programs too. I think we'll do it for secondary education in the future, but even our programs in criminal justice and even English and graphic design, anything like that, we can set these up. So I think that's going to be a real charge for me. Mm-hmm. We are starting, we'll have our first class. It's a history basically of education class that'll take place this spring. And that's our first lead into the education degree program. And we have like outstanding professor who's going to teach you. Amanda's just amazing. And it'll be available on the ACC campus and also remote. So a lot of our high schools, they can join in, or other people, if they're not able to come to ACC because of distance or whatever, and they're in this area, they can take it remotely. And they'll get that first taste of teacher education and the history of education. So we're really excited about getting that started and that opportunity for our students.
At the event yesterday, we had a young woman, a student, and she was very interested in the program. She asked a number of good questions. She asked about remote or online options for the universities, but the point about having our ACC classes available via online and remote was also important, and I'm glad you pointed that out. ACC has taken a lot of time and effort to make remote classes available to students, and it's very convenient. The format is live, but somebody can take a class through their phone if they'd want to, or through a desktop or a pad or something like that, and they're able to interact with the faculty and students, but they just don't have to be physically present in class, and that's very convenient for a lot of people. So that was good. You mentioned spring semester. It's hard to think about that right now, but it is coming. And as we were just talking, registration is open for spring. So there's a lot of activity at the college related to that. Can you tell our viewers about that?
Absolutely. So we did open registration, and we have quite a few students already registered, but there's definitely time because classes don't start till the second week in January, I believe.
Right, yes.
But yeah, we have classes for, if you're interested in coming to ACC, you would definitely have time to, apply. You can apply online and get through the application process, or get hold of our admissions office. They're amazing, so they'll take care of you. If you're a returning student, you can get with your advisor, or again, contact admissions, and we'll get you set up with an advisor or somebody else to work with. And also, I want to kind of push a little bit. We have a really nice fine arts program now in a beautiful building, and there's classes that are kind of fun. I mean, other classes are fun too, but there's classes that are hands-on in painting and drawing and sculpture. And if you're a community member, you can sign up for those classes, and you can even audit them, where you get to come to the class and do everything with them. And it's just a fun experience. And
it doesn't have to be for credit or a part of a program.
It can be for credit or non-credit. You can actually audit the class, where you don't have to worry about the credit. I guess you don't have to worry about taking tests or anything then, but you would get to have that experience and things. So I would like people to think about that as the college being a place where you can do those other things. Or if you have an interest in geography or history or anything, you can always take those classes. I keep taking classes.
Yes, it's great.
So it's a fun experience that I like to do.
Well, thank you for mentioning those. Those are always great classes to take. Spring registration is open now at the college, so I'd encourage anybody who's interested to check in. Well, Paige, that's all of our time.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me. And thank you for joining me. Once again, I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts Bradley Summers and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production. All rights reserved.